for checking out this Battleborn video on G4G here on YouTube. So let's discuss some of the changes that went into the game about a week ago. Now, these changes have been live for a little over a week. One of the first things that we had is that we had a... Where is... no gamma. We had a new hero go into effect a little while ago, and that was Alani, basically designed to be a support hero. And then she was absolutely kicking too much ass. She was way too strong. She was almost a DPSer that did support a little on the side. And if she was in your lane, you were just going to have a tough time. And you were not going to win any one-on-ones with her for the most part. Well, Battleborn heard what you were saying and said, yeah, you're right. So they took down her survivability a peg or two, and then they recently took down her abilities. So she's not as strong right now. And let me tell you, it was obnoxious as hell to be hit so far away from her and get hit with pretty much all your shields before you could even blink. And then she probably lifted you up in a goddamn bubble like Magikarp in a fishbowl or something. And you were just locked down for all the rest of her friends who suddenly appeared out of nowhere to kick your ass. She did okay at healing though. Well, yeah, she got knocked down. But the big thing is, aside from her, there was also a lot of legendaries that people did a ton of farming for and discovered that their legendaries got knocked down a few pegs too. A lot of people, have basically complained that the very legendary items that they farmed for, just like all the ones that they actually spent a lot of time farming for are the ones that got nerfed. And now, there is definitely a split in the community on that one, but for the most part, people are not happy with the legendary nerfs. I, for one, am definitely happy with the nerfs to Alani. She was just too strong. Well, the thing that is really got the community upset, aside from the legendaries, and nobody's really that supportive of this, you'll notice if you go to your heroes now, you see this little thing down here that says 230. You're like, oh, hey, that's a new taunt. And oh, hey, this is a new skin, and there's that kind of coin-looking thing again over here. What is the deal? Well, the deal is there is now a real-life currency going on in the game, and it is called Platinum. It is these platinum-colored coins over here, and you get them in the Gearbox store. 230 platinum coins is $2, 700 is $5, so there are your cheapest. And as you can see, a taunt lines up directly to $2. So $2 gets you any taunt in the game currently. And there's not everybody got new taunts, but some people did. As you can see, the list is fairly limited. Now, the problem is, when you go to the store, you don't get told what the price of this is until you hit buy. It'd be really nice. They probably did it so that the game didn't have to code for the currency conversions here. It takes you to an external Steam link. They're like, you know what? We're just going to let Steam do the conversion. Loot packs. Nothing new over here. Can't get any for the new currency. You can get loadouts and bank pages for the new currency. The big thing are taunts and skins. Well, skins, if you look at, you're like, wait a minute. Didn't you say 230 and 700? Okay, so 700 is $5. It's way more than a skin. You're going to have under 300 floating around. Well, wait a minute. Alright, so two of the cheap packs. That's $460. Wow, so I'm going to be running around with 40 extra platinum if I spend $4 to get a skin? Yes. That's what's going to happen. So there isn't a one-to-one conversion. Now, not every character has a skin that I think is one that will pull you into purchasing them. Say you play 5 Battleborn rather consistently. Kind of like Overwatch, you adapt to what it looks like the team needs, and you've got, maybe 5 solid characters that you play. Let's say Alani is your hero of choice. If that was true for me, I wouldn't be paying for Sea Witch. I don't like it, don't like the mask, but as you can see, and this will be the case with all of the store skins, they are more than just palette swaps. They are pretty giant reworkings of the character in way more detail. Now let's say, oh, alright, so I do a little bit of tanking from time to time. I'm gonna look at Boulder. Boulder is got a very cool store skin. Looks very different, and he goes from being something of, dwarf looking regular sentient being kind of a skin to possibly a tree or something that was carved. And I'm like, oh, alright, well, it looks like we need some DPS, so I will go with Benedict. Here's his new taunt, which I gotta admit is pretty cool. And there's Black Hawk, so there's his final earnable. And there's Pepsi. Now, Pepsi's debatable as to whether or not you might get him. Caldarius is another one that's kind of somewhat debatable. You've got Void. And you got Chicago, which is really bright and garish. And now let's say, take a look at El Dragoon. Sugar Skulls. Day of the Dead attire. I mean, so different from anything else he has. And, I mean, the belt, the tattoos, the way the ridges stand out in his shoulder pads. Kelvin. I mean, in all of these skins, you don't really get a good sense of his upper jaw there and the teeth. And then you look at the store skin. Bright gray contrasting with everything else over here. So, very, pretty visibly different. Marquis is another one that has a fantastic store skin. So, if we take a look at his earnables, and then, boom, amazing store skin. Not just a palette swap, and, I mean, way more detail. Kind of looks like something steampunky like Dishonored. Looks very Dishonored-ish over here. Shane and Aurochs. Pretty cool and involved taunt, honestly. I mean, I wouldn't spend money for a taunt, but that one's pretty cool and involved. And then, Dead and Buried. So bright compared to the others. I mean, they eventually light up a little bit more, but kind of Beetlejuicy looking over here. Toby fucking turns into Bam Bam Bigelow. So there's his final, which I don't like. Honestly, I like his stock, and I like that one. I don't like the rest. And then, boom, Bam Bam Bigelow over here. I mean, so different from anything else he has, other than structurally. So, here's the problem. These skins cost money, and right now, the only way to get them is to shell out more money for the game. And you could sit there and say, dude, it's cosmetic stuff, man. If you don't care, who cares that he looks like Bam Bam Bigelow? Care that you play the character well. Care that you picked the right hero to go with your comp and everything like that, Yeah, obviously, but if you are like, man, I fucking love this skin. I love, classic 57 Chevy, flames from the hood and whatever. You're going to want to get this. And the problem is we have microtransactions in a game that costs full premium price. This game released and pre-ordered minimum $60. And yeah, they beat out Overwatch by about a week or so, or a few days. I don't remember what it was, but I mean they beat them by a little bit. And it gave me time to Battleborn before there was competition. And that was cool. Bushido's, I like cold gold. I really like the gold skin on this one, but Bushido's pretty cool. Still not a vampire. The purple and black always has nice contrast, and then boom. World of Warcraft Forsaken there with a Batman logo. I mean, a lot of the store skins are pretty cool. And you may highly be tempted to purchase them if you play that character. Like, outwardly, at first you don't think, oh, Oscar Mike doesn't change a lot. No, he does. I mean, he looks like Prowl from Transformers at this point. Original Transformers. So, Cleese turns into basically Brainiac. Melka's not one that translates particularly well for the store skin, but... So here we are, at least $60 is going into getting this game. And there's DLCs. Or, you know, with the season pass and whatnot. And in all honesty, if you've been a 2K fan, especially the Borderlands series, you probably got a lot of value out of season passing early on. I mean, the way that I got the expansions in Borderlands 1 was like, yeah, season pass right away in Borderlands 2. Pre-ordered, bonus, Creatures Slaughter, Hyperactive, Mega, over 9,000 Dome, and whatnot. This game, I did wind up pre-ordering. I mean, I sat on it for definitely half a year before I decided. It's like, yeah, I'll go ahead and pre-order it. But I mean, I really liked the beta weekends that I did. Girlfriend came in, loved Oscar Mike's humor on the open beta weekend, was a very good Marquis. And, you know, other than the fact that it was, if this was free to play, she'd probably be playing it with me. But she wasn't going to do $60 for this and Overwatch and whatnot. So, yeah, the game comes in with the PvE appeal, but that price tag, especially with Overwatch dropping at $40 for the basic versions, I mean, budget friendly, the game was not conducive to that. Then you have the awkward position that 2K and Gearbox get put into. They're like, uh-oh, Overwatch is killing us. Alright, let's drop the price. Let's be competitive. $40. Like gas station wars. If you've ever been in a town or a city where two gas stations are close to each other and they always try to one-up the price and whatnot. They probably did that to stay afloat, but the thing is that becomes a gigantic insult to everybody who pre-ordered or launch day purchased. Now everything is $20 cheaper in not even a month. I mean, so bad that the price drop occurred that quickly. And yeah, maybe it helps them keep competitive for new customers, but you absolutely have kicked us right in the dicks for pre-existing customers on that one. To the point where I believe we should almost demand refunds on that. We didn't lose how much of the game we're getting. It's not like we're getting $20 less game. So that price drop is so sudden that it's getting under the skin of people. Then you add the fact that they're selling a season pass. Now we have these microtransactions in what is already a full-priced game. And you may say, look, dude, they're cosmetic. You know, you don't need to get them. Or they might say, dude, skin shops is how these games run. I mean, look at League and Dota. Well, those games were free to install. Battleborn was not. And Battleborn is from a company that is having a little bit of a rough career right now. I mean, they nailed it in Borderlands 1 and 2. Aliens Colonial Marines, probably the biggest debacle in gaming history. Then we have the pre-sequel, which really didn't rectify a lot of Borderlands boners. I mean, I had to play Borderlands 1. I had to play Borderlands 2. I had to play the Dead Space games. I had to play Alien Isolation. The pre-sequel, I kinda had to play. Borderlands 1 and 2. Yeah, extra characters, online mode, true mode, ultimate mode, super mega hyper monkey fast mode, DLCs, season passes, characters, Krieg, whatnot. Borderlands 2, same thing. Expansions, picked up Krieg, kind of was leveling them, kind of not. The game on normal mode, and then true and ultimate, you know, you're going through the same shit over and over, but you still wanted to do it. Farming bosses for drops, trying to get Infinity, trying to get a Hellfire, trying to get a bitch, whatever. All fine with that. All enjoyable. Pre-sequel... Alright, I did Wilhelm. Do I really want to do this as Claptrap? Do I want to get inside his head? Do I want to go out of my way to purchase Freezy Bitch? Do I want to play Freezy Bitch? I completed the game once. I don't know. Maybe I'll try Claptrap. Oh. Claptrap is 40-something. I'm in the high 20s because I just switched over modes. Oh boy. You know what? Never mind. And I didn't have to play pre-sequel, which maybe goes to show you about the storytelling or something. So, in all honesty, I believe 2K really needs to make sure that they do it right. Because I think they have enough black marks on their record that people might just get fed up with them. And unfortunately, the Platinum Store has done it. How can they recover from this? Well, I don't know if they're going to get the active player base back. I mean, Overwatch just... it ruffle stomped it. It lollerballed it. I mean, it's bad. If you look at Steam, the populace has really gone down in Battleborn. And when you can sit with a full team in public for 5 to 10 minutes before you even see one member of the enemy team, yeah, you got a problem. That was actually fairly quick. When I was looking at this before, it was about 3 to 4 minutes to get 3 people, and then I got another 2, and then it was between 5 and 10 to get another team to fight. And the matchmaking is so imbalanced with, 2 to 3 100s on a team, and a 19, and a 30, and you're not seeing nearly as much hundreds on the other team and whatnot. I think the only way they can salvage this is to give away the skins via shift codes. Like, here is a limited time offer for a Caldarius store skin. Or give away platinum in the shift codes. Maybe like twice a month. Give away 230 of the platinum. A skin a month is not a hard thing to think about. Oh, the other team was actually my team when I was in the queue before and aborted. Bada Boom and Reborn and whatnot. But I gotta tell you, Alani nerfs, you hit it. Good. The legendary nerfs, I don't know. I don't own those legendaries. I didn't farm them. I really only found out recently that bosses do that in this game like Borderlands. But a lot of people put a lot of work into those farming those legendaries, and now they are useless. And the community is fairly upset with that one. But this transaction shop, they're really fucking things up on that one. People are not thrilled with it, and it's stupid to take a full-priced premium game and to do that. Way too much. Alright, so this guy's bought a skin. Nobody else here has a purchased skin other than our Isaac. And that, that's pretty cool. If I was an Isaac player, I think that would be kind of awesome in a Space Invaders looking way, but they're hurting their game. I mean, Overwatch did, I would say, 85% of the damage to Battleborn, but the way the company is handling the game is by far the other 15%, and you know, it's bad for them, and I really think they need to do things to bring it back. So there's my video, guys, on the Battleborn updates. I know it's about a week late, but I hope you enjoyed the video.